The notion that the mainstream media uses global warming to oppress Christians is a complex and multifaceted issue. While it may seem far-fetched to some, there are indeed instances where the media's portrayal of global warming has been perceived as having an anti-Christian bias. To understand this phenomenon, it's essential to delve into the intersection of environmentalism, Christianity, and the media's role in shaping public discourse. On one hand, Christianity has a long history of emphasizing stewardship and care for the natural world. Many Christian denominations, such as the Catholic Church and some Protestant sects, have been vocal about the need to protect the environment and mitigate the effects of climate change. The biblical concept of dominion over the earth is often interpreted as a call to responsibility and preservation, rather than exploitation. However, some Christian groups have been skeptical of the scientific consensus on global warming, citing concerns about the role of human activity in climate change or the potential economic impacts of environmental regulations. The mainstream media, on the other hand, has played a significant role in shaping public perception of global warming and its relationship to Christianity. Some media outlets have been accused of perpetuating a narrative that pits Christianity against environmentalism, often portraying Christians as climate change deniers or enemies of the planet. This narrative is not only misleading but also ignores the diversity of Christian perspectives on the environment. By creating a false dichotomy between faith and science, the media can be seen as contributing to a sense of oppression among Christians who feel their views are being misrepresented or marginalized. One example of this phenomenon is the media's coverage of the evangelical community's response to global warming. While some evangelical leaders have indeed expressed skepticism about climate change, others have been vocal about the need for environmental action. However, the media often focuses on the former group, perpetuating a stereotype that evangelicals are uniformly opposed to environmental protection. This can create a sense of isolation and oppression among evangelicals who do care about the environment, making them feel like their views are not being represented or heard. Another issue is the media's tendency to conflate Christianity with conservative politics, which can be problematic when discussing global warming. While some conservative politicians have indeed been skeptical of climate change, this does not mean that all Christians share their views. By linking Christianity to conservative politics, the media can create a perception that Christians are inherently opposed to environmental action, which is not only inaccurate but also alienating for Christians who identify as liberal or progressive. Furthermore, the media's emphasis on the supposedly anti-environmental views of some Christian groups can be seen as a form of oppression in itself. By constantly highlighting the negative attitudes of a vocal minority, the media can create a sense of shame or embarrassment among Christians who do care about the environment. This can lead to a phenomenon known as pluralistic ignorance, where individuals assume that their own views are in the minority, even if they are actually part of a larger, more diverse group. In conclusion, the idea that the mainstream media uses global warming to oppress Christians is a complex issue that requires a nuanced understanding of the intersection of environmentalism, Christianity, and the media. While the media has indeed perpetuated a narrative that pits Christianity against environmentalism, it's essential to recognize the diversity of Christian perspectives on the environment and avoid creating false dichotomies between faith and science. By promoting a more inclusive and accurate representation of Christian views on global warming, the media can help to create a more constructive and respectful dialogue about the role of faith in environmental action. Ultimately, this can help to alleviate the sense of oppression and marginalization that some Christians may feel, and promote a more unified and effective response to the challenges of global warming.